Beloved, good morning. Where is that young director of the National Christian Schools? And please stand up. Where is he? Where did he go? My brother, come to the fore. Ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable, unmatched excellence.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Hi, good morning. My name is Mr. Stephen Thompson from Nassau Christian Schools.
Music teacher?
Yes, sir.
And music director.
Yes, sir.
Did you see that performance? I'm not talking about the choir. I'm talking about Mr. Please, a rousing round of applause. Thank you, brother. God bless you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Beloved, today we have come to celebrate and to give honor and distinction to excellence in our young people. I wish to note particularly the gift and the generosity and the hard work of Mrs. Evelyn Sawyer and her team of officials at the ministry's Examination and Assessment Division for allowing and presenting this occasion this morning. Mrs. Sawyer is right here on the dais. Please let us give her a very warm welcome. You know, Mrs. Sawyer, since 1993, we have been at this exercise of celebrating the excellence among our young people. Today, our theme is rewarding excellence in national examinations. And I want to say to you how proud we are at the ministry for the outstanding work that you do at that division, for making this day firstly possible, but for also taking the extraordinary time that you do to ensure that our young people are so recognized and honored and celebrated. Of course, this day expresses the dedication of the staff at that division for highlighting and awarding our deserving students in their national examination. Please, Mrs. Evelyn Sawyer, let us give her a round of applause. Parents and guardians and caregivers, mentors, teachers, and other enablers, if you would kindly permit me a moment, I'll speak to you in just a little while. But I wish this morning, if I may, to direct my few remarks to our beloved students, our young people who continue to make this country proud and who've got a message for the President of the United States. We are an excellent country, and we have excellent people, especially our young people, to prove it. My dearly beloved, there's a word in Japanese called Kaizen, K-A-I-Z-E-N. It is an operating philosophy that speaks to continuous improvement and evolution. And it's a personal mantra in Japan for businesses and for the successful people in that country and around the world who wish to demonstrate through their chosen vocation, whether in business or in the arts or in family life or in sports, that there is a commitment to continuous improvement. They understand that in order to succeed, they must be at the game of continuous evolution. And these themes I wish to leave with you this morning. You, my dear beloved awardees and students, you are composed of a triune character, body, mind, and spirit. You are constantly in the state of evolution, whether you realize it or not. Scientists now can confirm that the universe is continuously expanding. It's always evolving. And so are you. You will recognize that in our own country, for instance, we began parliamentary democracy in 1729. From that time to 1973 is a period of 244 years in which we had essentially one government. Since 1973, we have had 5 changes in government. In the past 76 years in our country, we have seen a state of what some social scientists called a deconstructed universe. Beginning in 1942 with the Burma Road riots, 1958, some 16 years later, with the general strike. 4 years after that, we had universal suffrage. Women got the right to vote. And 5 years beyond that, majority rule. Just celebrated and honored that a couple of days ago. 6 years, we had independence. So you could see that in just 76 short years in the universe's time, there has been a magnanimous acceleration of what some consider this deconstruction to be. And really, what does it mean? Between 1900 and 2000, the body of scientific knowledge doubled. That's a period of 100 years. Today, according to scientists at the Swiss Institute of Technology in Switzerland, the body of scientific knowledge is doubling every 9 years. Now, my beloved students, there's one way that we can negotiate this. We can either vegetate, sit on our status quo and watch the world as it passes by, or we can innovate. We can create. Because after all, we are co-creators of this universe. We are the divine expressions of this co-creative principle. And what I wish to tell you this morning is, this life that you live is yours. You are going to have to live it. No pope, no Bible, no preacher, no psychological technique can do this journey for you. You must walk the road of life for yourself. Now understand, your parents, godparents, guardians, caregivers, mentors, teachers, that beautiful brother from National Christian Schools, director, music teacher, we are all here to help you. And we will. And we have. We have invested much in you up to this point of your lives. But dear beloved, at the end of the day, you have to go through life for yourself. Now, what does that mean? Well, you've gone to school. And many of you think that it is about achieving this particular score in this particular exam and getting this particular grade. And naturally, that's also a part of it. Yes. Yes, we want to get our A's and our B's. We want to excel. Marvelous. Let me tell you why you went to school. So that you can learn how to learn. So that you can teach yourself. Because the time is, if not now, certainly coming if you're off to university, when there ain't going to be no parents, and no teachers, and no gurus. It's not going to be anybody to tell you to get up and go to class, or go to the library, or to finish that assignment, or to clean up your room, or to take your medication, or to do your fitness. You, my beloved, are the master of your universe. And you are going to have to live this life by yourself. Now, The great late Steve Jobs, you remember him? He was the founder of Apple, one of the most inspirational beings that I know. Let me share something what he said to you. And I quote, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other people's opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition." End quote. Couldn't have said it better. Why? There are more than enough souls, my beloved students, on this planet who has got an opinion about who you should be. They have a problem with the you that you are. Plenty. And you're going to find them all over the place. Some even in your family, certainly in your community. Listen, remember this. Anybody got a problem with you? Have first a problem with themselves. They need your deep compassion, not your anger. Don't wait for external influences or motivations, such as your teacher, your boss, or your manager, or new developments within an industry to demand that you get new skills and new knowledge. Life is an ever-learning process. Always remember this, though. Whatever you do, whatever you have, whoever you become, you do it not for yourself, but to be shared as a service to humanity. You're a leader. You are called to encourage and empower others. And so what you have received as a gift, give as a gift. Because today there are many that's not like you, for whatever reason. They have not lived up to their potential. In 2017, there were over 12,000 students that sat the BJC. 6,692 that sat the BGCSE. According to the results, less than half of those in the BGCSE achieved a C or a higher. Well, yes, there have been some improvements, and we celebrate that, and we congratulate that. We also accept and acknowledge that there are quite a number of areas that we have to improve upon. Now, my beloved parents and caregivers and mentors and teachers and all of those who have had a hand in the life of our beloved young people, God bless you and thank you from the bottom of our hearts. In fact, thank you from the top and bottom of our hearts. My dear students, your parents, teachers, caregivers, mentors, coaches, those who have been your cheerleaders deserve your gratitude, and let's show it to them this morning by giving them a round of applause. Boy, you all could sure do better than that. My God. That's all right. We don't do it for the applause, you know, because if we did, we may not do it. So we do it because God has called us to be of service to our fellow human beings. But my dear parents and caregivers and mentors and others who help these young people, your job ain't over. In fact, in a certain way, it may have just begun. Now that they are on their own to some extent and they are assuming more of their own self-determination and somewhat more interdependence, you are going to step aside a little bit from being the directors and maybe even controllers of their lives to being their facilitators, their enablers. Don't leave them alone. They need you. Don't mind with the hard mouth. You know, they get to be 17, 18, 19, and to some extent they think you can't tell them anything. But I ask you to say to them what my grandmother said to me. say what you like, do what you like. I still got you going my way. Because as you heard from Mr. Russell, I have 5 daughters, the oldest of which is 40. And you know, they think there's woman, they got their own family, husband, children, and so forth. And their hands still deep in your pocket as when they were 16 or 17. As a matter of fact, they come to your house, they take your pot, your food, leave their clothes, and come back and continue to make demands upon you. Don't mind that. They need their parents and their elders, because God did not bring us here to leave us alone. He gave us enablers and facilitators to make this journey of life that much more successful. So continue to encourage them, inspire them, support them. Listen, to challenge them, to demand from them. Because in them, as Mr. Nelson Mandela said in 1994, they have been called to make manifest the glory of God, their inner greatness. Remember, their teachers will only be with them for a short period of time. But you parents, relatives and friends, you are going to continue to be a major source of influence for the rest of their lives. Now, if you would like, just permit me a moment. I'd like to identify a few persons who have really, truly been outstanding. All of you outstanding, but permit me just to mention a few. For instance, Whitley DeVoe of Queen's College. Delavo, pardon. Where? She receives both the Carol Hanna and the Paul L. Adderley Award. 11 A's, 2 B's. BJC, I think it's Sheelan Burrows, Shaylon and Chardonnay Garrick, H.O. Nash. Please stand. Let's see you. 9 A's and 1 B. Wonderful. Paloma Cartwright. I think Paloma may be NGM. Long Island, Marjorie Davis Award, 7 A's, 1 B. Congratulations. And to all of our awardees, let's give them a round of applause. Awardees, please stand. All of our awardees, all of those who are receiving, please stand this morning. Special congratulations to you all. The best of luck. To God in all things, don't forget, be the glory. God bless you and thank you.